Hey y'all, welcome to the Second of Strength podcast. My name is Tanner Clark. I went from sitting at a desk to speaking on stage internationally to inspire teenagers and people like you. My goal is simple: help you find your 1 second of strength to walk away from the things that are holding you back, to step into your potential, and ultimately find happiness. Thank you for spending your valuable seconds with me today. Let's go. What is going on? Welcome to the Second of Strength podcast, wherever you are. Happy Thanksgiving week edition of the Second of Strength podcast. Lost my train of thought there for a second, but wherever you are, thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Look, I always say it. I'm just grateful. I'm grateful that you're here. I'm grateful that you think that this is a valuable enough part of your day, of your time, to spend with me. And I hope it helps you. I hope it helps your teenagers. I sent an email this morning to some principals here in Utah, and I just said, I have one big goal, and it's to help every teenager in the state of Utah. And, who knows if they'll email me back or care, but it's my goal. And so maybe through you, we can get this message out to more and more people. But today specifically, this message is for teenagers. Some of my messages are more geared towards adults. Some are more geared towards teenagers. Anybody can listen anytime, and it should help, or hopefully it'll help. But today is really about teenagers. And 3 values that I hope that you can start to build a strong foundation for your life. Because I think that when we build just a strong foundation, no matter what comes our way, we're more equipped and more prepared to handle it. And I think at the end of this life, we're going to look back. We're going to look back at all the good, all the bad, all the highs, all the lows, and we're going to be left with a simple thought, like, did we do and were we true to who we wanted to be? And I think that, living that life without regret is so critical. And one of the ways to live life without regret is to build a sure foundation of values and principles that you're willing to stand on and stand up for. And when you stand up for those principles and those values, then it doesn't matter what comes your way, you are going to be content, be happy with where you ended up. And so today we're going to talk about that, a few things. And we had a couple of experiences this week, and I won't dive into them too much, but kids tried out for a couple of different things and didn't make the team, didn't make the cut, and it was really hard, and as a parent, it's really hard to want so bad for your kids to have everything that they could possibly want. And one of those things is, success and the adventures that they pursue, and then have it not come to fruition for one reason or another. And so my son, I can talk about him. He tried out for the basketball team, didn't make the basketball team, something he really wanted, really passionate about, and didn't make it. And, I told him before he tried out, I said, I'm really excited for you, because if you make the team or you don't make the team, it's going to be a lot of growth for you. If you make it, you're going to be on this team, and you're going to grow in your basketball skills and your teamwork and your communication. You're going to grow in so many ways if you make this team. And if you don't make the team, man, you're going to grow, because you're going to find out exactly who you are. You're going to find out what you're willing to do to make the team next year. You're going to find out really how you're going to bounce back. And the first value that I want to talk about today is resilience. And I talked about that with my son, and like what are you going to do when life knocks you down, when times get tough? What are you going to do? Because to me, success lies in resilience. It lies in not did you try and did you make it, or did you try and fail, but whatever happened, did you stand back up? Are you making your life one that you are willing to stand back up no matter what happens? And I want to tell you that is a predetermined choice that you're going to make in your life, that you're going to stand back up. And I'm not saying that if life doesn't go your way or things get hard, that you can't feel that and have emotions about that and be concerned or whatever. I'm not saying that, because I do believe that you can take your time, take a day, take a few days to eat your ice cream and whatever, and just have those feels. That's great. But Also, it's important to have a predetermined mindset that you're going to stand back up, that you're not going to let life kick you down and keep you down, that you are going to stand up and fight for what you want in your life. And it may not turn out the way you want, but if you're the person that never gets knocked down and stays down, then you will never live your life with regrets, because you will know that you always stood back up. A setback is not permanent. It's just a setback. It's a momentary space in time that we get tripped up, and then we get to move forward. We get to take that opportunity or that obstacle as a way to grow, as a way to learn, as a way to become different and be better. And for my son, he may find out that he doesn't even want to be a basketball player in the future, right? But he's going to learn through this opportunity that standing back up and taking that next step forward is part of growth and part of happiness and part of success, because at some point in time, I don't think he or anybody in my lineage is probably going to go to the NBA, but at some point in time, that ability to stand up and take that step forward and persevere through to the next thing is a value that will set you apart from other people in their life. Because I'm going to tell you right now, there's a lot of people who get knocked down and they stay down. There's a lot of people who get down and quit. There's a lot of people who get knocked down and just give up because it's hard. It's hard to stand back up. It is. It's really hard to stand back up. But it's really important that you do. It's really important that you don't let momentary setbacks, temporary setbacks, determine your long-term growth and your long-term happiness, because you deserve more. And you are a person who deserves to stand back up every single time, no matter how hard it is. So, number one, be resilient. Be the person that stands back up. Maya Angelou said, I can be changed by what happens to me, but I refuse to be reduced by it. And that's what that is, right? When we get knocked down, if we let it reduce us and take the soul out of us, take the life out of us, and just we give in and we throw in the towel of our life because of a momentary setback, that is the wrong stance to take, because failures are going to change you. They're going to change you, but they're going to help you grow into the person you can become. One of my mottos right now is all good things. No matter what happens in life, good, bad, ugly, hard, whatever, I take it as all good things, because I believe that God has a plan for me that I can't see. And I just have to trust that not making the team, whatever, getting knocked down is part of this plan, part of this little detail of my life that I need to learn and that I need to grow from so I can be better. So, number one, learn to be resilient. Decide that you're going to stand back up. Choose to be the person that never stays down. You can't beat that person. That person always wins in life. So that's number one. Number two, the second value that we need to build upon is authenticity. We live in a world of social media right now where the name of the game is copying. The name of the game is falling into line. The name of the game is following trends and those sorts of things, because we believe that trends get us more views. And that may be true in social media land, but that is not the way that we should live our lives. Because what happens is authenticity is your true calling card. It's who you are. And I always tell teenagers when I speak in schools that there are 8 billion people in this world, but there is just one of you. You are one of 8 billion. And all the people that came before us, right? And so you are so special and so unique, and it's so important that you embrace that authenticity, because that authenticity is what's going to carry you through, and it's what's going to be so attractive to other people. And you may be in a situation where friend groups are changing, crushes are changing, people like you, people don't like you, whatever it may be, and so we feel this need to fit in. But that's not what is going to help us find the right people in our life. The right people in our lives are going to love us because of who we are authentically. Who you are authentically, that's what's going to change the world. That's what's going to change the game. Because if we settle in our life because we are in a world where we are trying to be like everyone else, so we settle with a relationship that isn't true and authentic because we're not our authentic selves, then we're never truly going to be happy. And that's with friends, with boyfriends, with girlfriends, with spouses, whoever it may be. So we need to be ourselves, because then we're going to be attracted to and by our people who are I can't speak. Authentic. Oh man, I can't. We're just going to move on from that word. Whatever. So, because when we're authentic, it builds self-confidence. It allows us to live in a space where we begin to trust ourselves and trust who we are, and that's what's going to help us shine into the future. It really is your greatest strength, your uniqueness, your authenticity. And I said this quote one time where I was like, why are you trying to be like everybody else? You don't even like everybody else. Isn't that crazy, where we try and fit in so much with a crowd and a group of people that we don't even like? I mean, we should like everyone, you know what I mean? But it's like some people aren't our people, but that we're trying to fit into these groups that just aren't our people, and it makes no logical sense to me. And so be you authentically, because that is the person that is so valuable to this world, so valuable to other people. So, and it's really the second value that we need to build our lives on. So the third is compassion. How we show empathy and the kindness that we share towards other people. And look, I speak in middle schools all over the country. I speak in high schools all over the country. Fifth grader, I have a sixth grader now, but a fifth grader, like this time of life is really hard. Like there's a lot of bullying going on. There's a lot of like name calling. There's a lot of people who are trying to show how cool they are just by being rude to other people. Like this stuff is happening all over, and might possibly be happening in your home, might be happening in your life. Like it's happening all over the place. But our ability, despite all the things that are going on in the world, our ability to show kindness and empathy towards other people and lift them up is going to differentiate you like none. And I talk about regret, right? If we get to the end of this life and the things that we're going to regret, I can tell you right now, and I'm not at them in my life, and hopefully it's not for a long time, but the moments I regret are the moments where I know I was unkind to someone else. The moments where I know I should have been better. I should have been better to someone because I know it would have changed the course of their life. Because here's the deal, and you can write this one down. Your kindness is the light that is going to help somebody else make it through their dark night. Your kindness is the light that is going to help somebody else make it through their dark night, because right now, somebody you know is struggling. Right now, somebody is smiling on the outside and frowning on the inside, suffering in silence. And they're looking for hope, and they're looking for light, and they're looking for joy. And that light and joy can and should come from you. Your words, the way you talk to people, the way you treat people, the acts of kindness that you give, whether they're big or whether they're small. If you just smile someone on the street, or smile at someone at school, or if you just give somebody a simple compliment, whatever it is, that little small nugget, if you plant that little seed in their life, it will change them. Your kindness is the light that will help somebody else make it through their dark night, because somebody is going through a really dark night right now. I hope it's not you. I hope it's not you. And if you do, I hope you know how loved you are and how important you are. But please know that your ability to be kind and compassionate is going to change somebody. And so when you think about these pillars, when you think about being resilient, being authentic, and being compassionate, every single one of those is a choice. It's a choice you get to choose to be. And if you set that value in your life and you make these non-negotiables, I always talk about non-negotiables, and you say, I am going to be kind no matter what. I am going to stand back up no matter what. I am going to be myself, even if it's unpopular and people don't like me for it. I'm going to be myself. And when you do those things, then you will never regret the life you live, because it'll be the life that you chose to live. That's the power of these choices that you get to make every single day. And too many people are making choices for other reasons. But the choice that you get to make is because you are authentic. Why can't I say that word today? Man, I'm so struggling. I said it at the beginning of the podcast and I can't say it anymore. Oh man, I should write it down. Anyway, struggle bus. You get to choose. You get to choose who you are. You get to choose who you are, what you're going to do, what values you're going to live, what non-negotiables you're going to live. Because when you choose those, when you tell yourself, I'm going to stand up every single time, no matter what happens to me, I am going to be myself every single time. I will be authentic and true to who I am. And then when you say, I am going to be compassionate and kind to other people, and I am going to defend people who are not, who are on the other side of that. When you choose that, you're going to live one of the happiest lives ever. And at the end of this life, you're going to ask yourself these questions. You're going to be like, man, how was life? Do I regret anything? Anything not go my way? How were things? And I hope and pray that because the values that you chose to live in your life and stay true to, that you will never regret a single day on this earth. So I hope this episode helps. Share it with your teenagers. Share it with your loved ones. If it helped you, share it. Go to the subscribe to wherever you're listening to this. Leave a comment and a review. The reviews help get this message out to more people. That's my goal. I want to help teenagers. I want to help you. I want to help people wherever you are. And leaving a review is something that helps that. So I would appreciate if you did that. And I'll leave you the way I always leave you, because I think it's critically important and I think it's 100% possible. Go find your 1 second of strength and be happy. Thank you for listening to today's episode. I hope it helped you. If you haven't already, hit subscribe so you never miss another episode, and leave a review for the show. And as always, go find your 1 second of strength and be happy.